Got the angel back here. You know what I'm saying? But like, ain't doing anything, whatever. It don't matter. I'll go ahead and jump in on this situation. It's beautiful and sunny out. Sky's out. We got the thighs out. And they're like, what the hell? Got some undies on and shit. You know what I'm saying? Something's wrong with the people. That's why they need to go ahead and repent and get into their right, Kundalini energy, man, and stop lusting over things. Because really, you're supposed to be out in the sun like this, charging that melanin molecule up. You know what's up. You know what I mean? Bird talk. Coming off a true Sabbath, the full moon in Gemini. A lot of our brothers and sisters not really doing the Sabbath on those days. And I'm not saying to be religious, with it, but at the same time, talking about religious is dealing with, religious doctrines and shit. But, as far as like dealing with the energies of the actual cosmos, yeah, it's a benefit in that, in those days of rest, depending on whatever your work is, Swift, what's up, baby? Yeah, you see the title. We're building about the SHEDEUR Sanders situation. I don't have too much time out here because I gotta go charge my phone up. But I definitely want to touch in on the situation, and why it's going on. Because a lot of people are like not understanding why this SHEDEUR Sanders situation is getting the attention and the flack that he's getting, anyways. And also at the same time of him being a natural, empath and a peaceful person. And they're kind of trying to paint him out to be this covert narcissistic entity, basically. No, he's really an arrogant mug underneath. That's what they're trying to say, And it's like, it's only a matter of time, it'll show. Because this is what they're peeking at and showing you. However, man, we got to jump into it because the devaluation starts from, the loyalty of what Deion Sanders has to, man or mankind. Remember, he was in the NFL. He retired. He's in the Hall of Fame. They call it the Fame and stuff like that. Not the Hall of Glory or greatness or nothing. So, he raising his son up or rearing his son up. They see this and the charisma that Prime has on his people, his peers, and people in general, that he can actually touch people and that he's really just like them in a way, which is like a histrionic, narcissistic, sociopathic individual, but with the possibility of being an empath. Well, just being an empath too, because being in tune with the Creator, no matter how he sees the Creator as being Jesus or whatever, we know the brother is very spiritual, which is a beautiful thing. But however, the situation when they gave him the chance to coach a team, which was a black college in Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, where Mississippians are, how we really truly love all our people. Shit, we love you anyway. So if you come down to Mississippi, if you had a concert, it was probably the best concert you ever had because of the love of the people in Mississippi. You look at each other as all one, before all of the whole little gravitation of the babies and stuff like that. Yes, an athlete, yes, I am an athlete. Athletes are the future, because athletes is more than just a physical body. You know what I mean? It's the mental, it's the intellectual intuitiveness, the reaction time, pardon me if somebody's trying to stop my little live, because we're about to touch on some stuff. But yeah, athletes, that's what we are. We're a nation of athletes, really. And make sure I don't move it too much. Somebody in the back of the room about to stop the daggone broadcast. But yes, being an athlete, it was a choice that Most High made me not to do professional. I would have did professional. I would have been a professional athlete as far as like in the 5 major ones and not even having sex and shit like that. Taking professionalism very seriously. Shit. As far as like boxing, football, basketball, and even track and field. That's just to keep me right. I still do this stuff today. On my other channel, I do more of that because it's more of a universal thing. But on this channel, I kind of touch in the hood, talk about, things that we kind of that we experience as being in the hood and, being devalued just for who we are, just for our charisma, our talents, our love, and our magnetism that we have. Because this is what SHEDEUR is getting devalued for. They want to measure him up to his father, but it all starts back to that JSU, due to the fact that, the devaluing process of what Coach Prime did with JSU. I even know he prepared everyone for his departure, but it wasn't like a grand departure where we can actually promote you and push you, even though it's some behind the scene things, you know, but not enough to just really devalue our own people in front of the so-called man, and then go and sit in your new supply source in Colorado and act like, you know, we're all comfy and shit, and show the loyalty to that man or to them people, so you can go ahead into the institution or whatnot to get your child into the NFL. Like, these people know you psychopathic too, so they know what moves you're trying to make. Talking about to Coach Prime, you know? So this is where the beginning of the devaluation of SHEDEUR Sanders. Yeah, they know he's good enough. They know he's fucking phenomenal, most likely. When are they giving him the chance and the ability to display his gifts, his skills, and all that, and his athletic abilities? Nah, not really. Due to the fact, also, they know how Coach Prime devalued, you know, Jackson State, like walking off. Jackson, everybody know, even though white folks don't really like black folks in Mississippi, they know that black folks down south is very loving and kind. You can see with our schools and institutions on how we did the bands and all that shit. That ours is first. It just happened to be named after a boule type of thing because, you know, brothers and sisters, we ain't seen no way out because we was infiltrated and we got, you know, all our things been, you know, taken from us, and we wanted to be, as being gaslighted and projected upon, we wanted to be loved. So we wanted to be accepted by a man that was devaluing us over and over again. And this is cluster B personality disorder, man. So we do whatever it takes. We gave up our league, the Negro League. My granddaddy played in the Negro League. He was a pitcher for Memphis Red Sox, and he used to call me little cool Baba Bell. Ever since I was little, and I learned how to play baseball when I was little. You know, catching a fastball when I was like 8, not even 8, like 6 years old, man. Fastball so good I could catch it in front of my face. My brother was 9 years older than me. He could throw a ball, I could catch it. I was playing center, all the positions except pitcher, and I started to learn catcher. But however, you know, as I grew, I broke my neck at a certain age. So most I sat me down to study this, because we can't have too many of our athletes, because athletes are phenomenal, man, going and giving their livelihood up to these people, to these beings, man, to these corporations that just want to own and enslave. So when they seen that Coach Prime left like that, like a devaluation, like how a narcissist would leave a chick, like, man, fuck you, bitch, and have another supply source lined up. This is textbook ICD-9 cluster B personality disorder at its finest, and white folks been doing it to us for forever, ever since they came around, ever since they figured out that we developed a codependency on their lack of empathy for us. This is how deep it goes. So these motherfuckers know what they was doing, but Most High got his hand over SHEDEUR, you know, that 144, that devaluation of the, ain't nothing been right since the draft. If we're looking at, it's 12 weeks in. Ain't nothing been right since the draft. And this is where you gotta understand, this is the same type of position and predicament that niggas been in for forever, dealing with individuals like this, where we could have been gave that up. We're accepting false prophets and false gods and whatever to please man. Peace, y'all. How you doing? So are we talking we're talking about our brother SHEDEUR, you know, the devaluation in the Cleveland Browns organization, you know, how they don't really care about winning. They don't care about winning. I experienced that being in Minnesota with I had a friend that played for Minnesota. Man, name was TC. His name is TC, man. It was cold. He went to Minnesota Golden Gophers. Then he went to Minnesota and they traded him to the Steelers and he won 2 Super Bowls. But the thing is though, Randy Moss was in Minnesota. Randy Moss was so cold. He wasn't even, he was just who he was. Big afro, very charismatic, and he was from the South. They wanted to chain him down and make him who he is now. You know what I'm saying? But then they couldn't do it because he was really wild. He was like a wild nigga, man. You know? Peace. So he was like a wild nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? And so now they tamed his ass. But with Coach Prime, you know, you see the whole situation with the devaluing of Coach Prime. We don't know why in the hell he had to have this many surgeries, you know, or cutting the toes off, doing the Kunta thing, you know. We're seeing their doctors. We don't have no other doctors to look at. It seemed like they're placing them with handlers and shit, you know, certain things that went down. And now the devaluing of his son, you know, is another thing right in front of his face. This is what other individuals don't understand. And then to this narcissist, to another narcissist, that's all they do is play games and try to devalue one another and shit. You know, it's like, nigga, you put your son where we want him at. Now you can't do shit. We can start them if we want to, but we don't have to. We ain't even got a winning organization. We don't even give a fuck. We make just enough to keep our pockets fat. You know why? Because we can devalue your son in front of your face, in front of the world, and don't give a damn about it. You gave up Mississippi, man, Jackson, and this is a spiritual thing. But I want Shedeur to come out the situation. But as far as like being successful in an organization, the Most High has to turn everybody's heart in that organization to help Shedeur. As long as anyone is able to take and accept a bribe, especially the linemen, to allow blitzes to come in, flopping out on the line and shit, to allow these motherfuckers. Most High had his hand on Shedeur. He didn't even get tackled, but the blitzes come in. Couldn't get the playoff in time. You know, they know this man don't have no experience. They counted his snaps. Like, dude, you only had about 20 something, whatever, how many snaps before you start playing us. So we know what you don't know what to do with a full-on NFL blitz. Then it's money involved in this game. We pay off linemen. Nigga, like you think you can pay off a lineman? Take them out to eat? These motherfuckers are getting paid by billionaires, man. This devaluing is very real. This is why you gotta pull back from a narcissist, man. You can't think you're gonna have a good relationship with a narcissist. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. You have to outshine a narcissist. Like, you gotta pull back and be like, no contact, ever. Period. You know what I'm saying? And when you do have contact, it has to be to a point where they're about to self-sabotage, that it's like, you know, you forget about it, basically. Because they're hoping you self-sabotage. That's what they want from Shedeur, to self-sabotage. Planting little plants and agents and this shit to argue to get the motherfucker off and shit. Come on, man. People know this. And so it's like, you know, what you gonna do? You gonna quit, or you gonna still continue to play with this toxic organization? You know, we have a toxic relationship now. You know, we put you in, we take you out. We let a bitch talk about you, we put this. You know, whatever the thing is, the punishment is only for money. If you don't want to play, you ain't gotta play. We will still pay you. The mug, whoever on the bench, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't own your team. You don't own, we don't have a team or organization, and let alone a grocery store from all these players. Just between those two alone, Shedeur and the nigga who got in an argument, can't even come up and employ niggas in the hoods of their own community instead of giving out chicken from Kentucky Fried Chicken. We don't know where that shit come from. You know, and they could come together and make their own league. I think Cam Ward said that to Shedeur. Like, yo, nigga, we can make our own league. Like, he said it. Shedeur, you should have been said this shit, but you didn't. No, but Cam gonna continue on. This is why a lot of greats ain't in the league now, because every nigga that you see in the league that's cold, they can tell you that there was a nigga that was like 10 times colder than them. Like, y'all ain't never seen this nigga. The only reason why he ain't in the league is because he ain't complying to y'all rules and regulations. Straight up. Some of them that get so cold, they try to kill you. If they're like, they want you in the league so bad, they try to kill you, man. There was a nigga that was about to go to the league with Jordan. He was fucking just as cold as Jordan, but 6'9", like a LeBron James then, nigga. They gave this nigga some coke and that nigga died on the spot. You know, just before he can even have a career. So Jordan was able to live out his shit. See, it's all kind of shit behind the scenes that certain slaves was able to put up with, and certain sacrifices that they ready to give. Motherfuckers get their own toes up, nigga. Motherfuckers get their own family member up, man. Just to have some type of business in their world and liking by the man. You want to be liked by man. And now, 33 years later, Jordan is able to talk about his father. How come 33 years later? He had a gag order. He couldn't say nothing about his dad. They know what the fuck going on. Nigga, if you want to be the coldest nigga on the world's plantation stage, nigga, this is what's gonna go down. Same thing for you too, Shedeur. We run your motherfucking ass. We run your pops. He plays in Texas. He played with Texas now. You know, like, we bought this nigga. Jerry bought that nigga. Say, nigga, yeah, you can have that land over there. You can do that. Yeah. This is how serious. So when niggas y'all getting your hearts up into these people's sports and shit, just know and understand, it's just an entertainment for them. These motherfuckers is like made to not put into the hood. They don't care about if anybody's in their proper pro se, if niggas getting pulled over and shit, and you know, we can't counteract, you know, as far as like I have a protective agency to counteract the false agencies that's pulling niggas over, and niggas is just going to and fro to the store and back home. It's not like they're just so threatened on niggas making money for some form of fashion, because, I mean, for some reason, really the main reason is because it is lower crime. You know, niggas, it's sad with the drug and shit situation, but the only robberies and shit that was going down was between the drug dealers and the fucking crackheads and shit, or the stick-up kids. The crime was kept, like, divinely kept inside, but now it's not under control like that no more. It's like the killers are just doing, they just love killing, they don't care about the money. You know, you just put some money in their hand, they'll do it any goddamn way. It's the cluster B personality. You know what I mean? It's not a structure. There's nothing structured going on with it right now. And so now it's like you can see the devaluing of this, bro. They're just hoping for self-sabotage, like what they see niggas doing. But right now they know we healing and shit. We pointing it out. We got other, you know, ethnicities pointing this shit out too. So it's like, what you gonna do now? That's all. This is the same situation with what niggas is in right now. What you gonna do now? The truth is out. White man didn't build the motherfucking buildings in America. Nigga, your ancestors did that shit. As a matter of fact, your ancestors so called that it's a civilization that they never even seen before, that was tracked since the beginning, starting from mounds all the way up to the building, to the complex buildings and castles that you see in the hoods today. Like, damn, we don't even know how in the fuck they got to that point. All they know is when they stumbled on certain information that them niggas was 10,000 years ahead of these motherfuckers in the warring lands of India, or Vindu, or, you know, Arabia, Africa, or Hellas, which is Asia, Upper Asia, you know, Tatari and shit. I just say Tatari just to trigger motherfuckers, but they know already what's going on. They know we got we hold the cradle of civilization and shit. But anyhow, though, that's where the devaluing comes in at. It's like they know who we are, so they like, yo, that 144, that's a shot at niggas. Once again, like 144, 5th round, shit. They know they want to fuck with the number. Give them the number 12. You know, you got 12 disciples and 12 this, that, and the third. Jesus, you know, 12 cranial nerves and shit. You know, all of this stuff. So instead of getting into what the fuck you doing, go ahead and build a light body in. You got 33 vertebrae that you got to get the light up to the crown chakra. Just know you can get stronger every 7 days, every 7 hours, every 7 minutes, and every 7 seconds if you don't release constantly. That's constant happiness and shit. But if you constantly releasing and we can't get our light to the crown chakra, we'd be too busy talking about what I'm talking about right now. Only reason why I'm talking about is to show you the devaluation of that is what's going to happen to niggas if we just keep on trying to be in their world. They need us for our energy and our business and everything, G. They're doing whatever. Like, nigga, you need the Somalians kicked out? I'll live in Minneapolis. I know how the Somalians are and shit. I like them, but they never try to put niggas on, you know. So they'll probably buy some weed or something like that, but they really didn't do that. You know, they had their own shit called Huff. But, you know, it's just the fact of the matter is, whatever is going on, so whatever they try to pacify SHEDEUR after this season, like give them the control of the line and whatever, just know, man, we're dealing in an organization that whereas if we had our own league, we can play their league and call it the Super Bowl like they did with the NFC and the AFC. We can still participate in games and pageantries and all of that stuff, you know, but, peace. What's the word? We're just sitting back, maintaining, talking about SHEDEUR Sanders and the relationship with niggas in the world, how we are getting devalued. But at the same time, they know that SHEDEUR knows his power. You know, the divine is behind him, and we're behind him. But it just shows, like, yo, it all stems from coming from that JSU situation. I mean, I've seen, you know, the loyalty of SHEDEUR. You know, there's a lot of narcissists in the world that are covert, that you can fall in love with, their sweetness, you know, things that they do. You know, you're not supposed to show things that you do that's really good, really, but, you know, it's cool with it. He gave, you know, he's the narcissist battling the narcissistic or psychopathic organization and shit. So he wants, you know, whatever's going on when he had to buy people cars and shit like that and put it on film, you know, you can do that. And, you know, but at the same time, you really ain't got to do that. You can let a fan say, yo, he bought me this car, motherfucker. Like, you ain't even got to show you hugging her and giving her the car. You just be like, let the nigga pull up with the car. Like, if you gave me, and if you want the word, I shot y'all. Hey, nigga SHEDEUR shot me out, threw me this whip right here, man. Yeah, man, shout out to SHEDEUR. Bam, keep it moving. I ain't got to go through the whole little organization, the whole little Oh, we sitting down. Oh, you bought me the car. What you want me to do? I don't know what else to say, motherfucker. Hug you, get your. That's what the lady was looking like. Damn, motherfucker, what you want me to do? You know, and so it's a lot of things going on. It's like, you know what I mean? You don't really put the scriptures say that. And they know that. Dion should know that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying every man is perfect in the flesh. You're still in the flesh. But don't act like you ain't, because we're coming at your ass. It's tight on that ass, man. As far as business-wise, I mean, you know what I mean? We already have to possess the power to be able to have our own. So we can play with them, and we have our own league. But, you know, as long as we listen to these celebrities, we ain't gonna be able to do this shit. You know, well, we can't even listen to celebrities no more. Everybody got their own little platform. It just depends on the type of celebrity or the type of, you know, athlete that we listen to that's wanting to talk. You know, we're not hearing a Hall of Famer telling you certain things. Well, certain Hall of Famers. Well, I mean, we do got Eric Dickerson talking the truth, which is cool. And I like Eric Dickerson. I came up with Eric Dickerson. Him and Walter Payton. Walter Payton was my favorite. You know, they killed Walter Payton. Walter Payton went to Jackson State. You know, I feel that they killed Walter Payton. You know, Walter Payton did so much for the Bears organization, and they devalued him by not even letting him score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. And he scored all the other touchdowns in the league. They gave it to Refrigerator Perry to let him score. That's cool, though. The league hating on him. Oh, yeah. They hating on a lot of them. So it's like, you know, you just pull out the league. Like, everybody come together, pull out the league. That means that we got to let everybody show their hand as far as, like, you know, I got a lot of men around me. I got my thighs out. I forgot shit. I'm in the sun. I look over, like 3 men and shit. Ain't even no water in this motherfucker. That nigga still bathing. Like, nigga, put some sand on me. All right, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up, man, because it's serious though. As far as, like, you know, dealing with the situation of us continuously trying to get into their ball game. It's like entrepreneurship, you know, getting away from the whole boule thing. Let them run their thing. You ain't gotta do business with them. You'll be able to tell once you get your light up who's who and who's what. It's like that simple. It's a seven cycle. Every 7 seconds, every 7 minutes, every 7 hours, every 7 days, every 7, you know what I'm saying, weeks, stronger. Every 7 years, you know, 14 and 14. I'm crazy because they act like you ain't supposed to do nothing. Like it's almost like, nigga, you ain't supposed to talk. And they don't even understand how intelligent niggas truly is and shit, you know? And we don't even, the abandonment issue is so severe that once a nigga really realizes that we don't have to deal with nobody, that everybody has to deal with us, that we can just like, okay, just leave us the fuck alone. Don't talk to us, no goddamn mo. And go about your business. Take whatever you learn and do whatever you do with what you learn, and don't contact us no more about nothing. And we'll do the same thing for you. You know what I mean? Once niggas get to that point and put their value higher than the devaluing of the world, that's when we'll get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like, I know it's like, it ain't going nowhere. Look, this motherfucker right here. Look. What he doing now? You know what I'm saying? I got this type of stuff I deal with every day, but see, I'm hidden down in the cut, tucked under and shit. It's like I got a sign that says, come here, I want you to come sit by me and do this thing. They do this in the gym, they do this on the street. I stop outside on the street, I can't even look at my phone for 46 seconds or something while somebody's doing something on that level. You know what I'm saying? So it goes to show you that we're at a certain level, a level of existence that we already surpassed our previous predecessors. Shit, like, we're at a point where when breakdance, now we got niggas that can do breakdance so cold, it's a whole new form of breakdance. They don't have to learn that now. You know, that's because, imagine if they left us alone for 5 years in a row. But see, the thing is though, man, the devaluing, you know, and the entitlement issue of the devaluation of niggas, they feel like the whole world can do it. The whole world feel like they can do that to niggas. And I'm out here. But I got the spirit working with me, so Muslims most likely walk away, fucking around, stump their toes. Shit happens to motherfuckers. I watched it happen. I don't watch. Man, this motherfucker watched then what you call it? Slipped up, busted mouth on the booth, right in front of me, like this motherfucker right here. I try to tell him, I said, man, only crying because of me. Nobody can't sit in this damn sun and shit. Look at this shit. It's called gang stalking. But I'm out here. I mean, the reason why it's gang stalking now is because, shit, the full moon just passed. I respect the Sabbath, but you know, I still got a lot of people trying to do spell work on a nigga. You don't even know what the fuck you want to do. You just want to be seen, get that attention of a nigga, because it's like, we have the spiritual currency that's really high. And these people are millionaires, man. This is millionaires, dog. You feel you're gonna clear all this shit away? What the fuck is this? I just tell y'all, man. Y'all think I be playing, man. This is for real. This is always. It's different people everywhere. Even in the gym. I learned how powerful if you hold your energy to you, man, they're gonna go crazy. They're gonna do whatever it takes to get that attention. I'm telling you. Because why? Niggas be minding their business. What they call not minding mine and not worrying about yours and shit. But then they'll notice that people gotta play their hand. And that's what girls is noticing now. You know what I mean? Around out here, they're like, oh, okay, so nigga ain't really violent like how they try to show. Well, niggas is actually, put together. Anyhow though. He's having a great time. Ain't he? I mean, why would y'all want to be by a man like that and do this? Because whatever you're doing, I guarantee you, he's not gonna complete it. It's just, I'm just doing it now because this spirit is moving my body. I don't even control my own body. Look, I don't even know what the fuck going on. I got parasites all up in my ass. I'm just picking up something that's gonna get washed out in like 2 hours and shit. Because high tide's coming in. I'm like, God, you know what I'm saying? I'm just making it make sense to me. Crazy. I would sit my butt up here. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Sit my butt up here. I think he's going to be seen. He does this every now and again. I try to tell people, nah, man, that's disrespect, offensive. You know what I mean? That's why you gotta start motherfuckers with sex in life in general. I'm telling you. And once you do that, then they're gonna turn into zombies and go crazy. I mean, like act crazy because they need your attention that goddamn bad. And if SHEDEUR goes into the SHEDEUR situation, if he's able to just turn his back and try to make some type of league, I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to come after him and try to devalue him and shit. Gaslight him, and try to gaslight the people and make a smear campaign of the nigga and shit. But if we be able to do this, get out there league and be like, yo, man, I'm out your shit, man. Fuck it, never mind. I see, I'm bigger than the league, man. We're gonna take the youngins, and do what it do. Then, that'll be what's up. But y'all tell me what the fuck this man doing. Y'all tell me what he's doing behind me. And who's the human? I'm just sitting there just like, what possesses a person to do shit like that? I mean, this is straight up gang stalking online. Y'all think I be playing around and shit? I'd be like, nah, they do this in cars, in $50,000 cars. They roll up on in there. I'm like, yo, you that insecure? I already know what you got. You got the cluster B personality disorder, meaning you already got shit that you need to be validated. Especially, everybody needs to be validated by the nigga. If you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Because they want to be shown that they can do, that they're cool too. But they never been through things that we've been through, especially at the extent and the level of the valuation of what we've been through. Same thing with SHEDEUR. Same thing with SHEDEUR. But that's just most I tell me about the gear to move around and shit. Because once I move around, everybody gonna. Yeah, but that's crazy. It's crazy. And that's why the chicks don't like people. I should see it in the gym. They be mad too. And people pick up on it. Like the men that are, they pick up on it in the gym. They see you look at a girl, I can almost bait a mug to go. I'm the bait and the catch. Niggas are the bait and the catch at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can bait a mug to go over here when I do something and look at a lady or something, and they'll think I like that lady. And next thing you know, they'll go and talk to that lady. Some gay dudes and shit, or they bisexual, they'll go and top it up with a lady. Man, the lady that you look at, knowing damn well, like not saying knowing damn well, because I know damn well that I made you go over there to do the shit in the first place. Why? Because my energy, I direct it, I use it. Certain direction, I just use it. Shit, then, mother trying to get your attention in the gym, grunting. I'm like, oh man, it's sad, G. Y'all just showing your hand how great niggas is, man. It's a sad situation. That's why I'm like, damn, if you can attract a mother like this, and I'm over here doing what I'm doing, look, ain't nobody around. Look at that shit. Maybe somebody over there got some gaslighting over there. But I guarantee you the high tide's coming in about. It's on his way. Shit. It's on his way in. Then we got this bro over here, he trying to play it off. He seen me over here. He was about to walk over here first, but he beat him to the punch. I be seeing it in their eyes, see. They be having this like, we back. Look at this dumb motherfucker. Think you gonna move it? Is he gonna move it? Look at that dumb mug over there. They dumb, man. Stupid is what stupid does, dude. Is he gonna move it? You can't tell me these people ain't got no, ain't got that Neanderthal, G. That's the bird to be going up to them. What's up, Swift? What's up, man? Yeah, what's up? You wanna come give me 5 or something? That's the bird to be coming up to them. And like, nigga, they lower than the animals, nigga. I'm telling you. I'm trying to, hey, it's not funny, but it's serious, dude. Look at it. You think you're gonna get it up? He wanna show you all that shit. Look at that. He wanna show you all that, nigga. Look at that. Look at that, nigga. What about this dude over here? Trying to play it off. Look at him trying to play it off. Trying to play it off. You know damn well I'm over here. I'm about to move around now. Like, who are you? Who are you? Huh? Who are you? Hmm? Who are you? Curious shit, ain't it? These are men too, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm finna get ready to end this live. I'm putting my shoes on now, like Mr. Robertson, like Mr. Robertson neighborhood, you know, Eddie Murphy and shit. Like, oh, I ain't got to move around. Oh, but we're gonna get it. He finna move it now. Give him a minute. Look at that shit. He finna move it, man. Oh shit. Let me see. Thinking about it. That sounds like one of those caveman thoughts, right? The Neanderthal moments and shit. It's like a Neanderthal moment. You got one of those. Try it again, man. You gotta put your legs, you gotta put your back into it, man. Squat down and shit. It's a deadlift. Do a deadlift for that. We got the mo sign right here. They go to B. Look at that. Hey, baby. That's mo sign. Y'all see the B? That's mo sign. Right there. And so you gotta just signs and symbols for the conscious mind, alright? I love y'all, man. I'm finna get ready to hop up off here. Yo, peace. Peace, man. This is the realest G in the room. I know you're a little bit more advanced at this point and shit, you know what I mean? So, that being said, I love y'all and I'll be with you in the next one. Peace. Give him SHEDEUR some love, yo. I definitely don't hate on little nephew at all. But Dad, you already know, he's the changing in the lineage, B. You gotta support him as much as possible. Peace.